ladies and gentlemen, about those Cleveland Browns. Yes, those Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say this right now. As good as they can be, people need to stop hyping this team up. They are not Super Bowl contenders as I'm looking at them yet. And I'm going to tell you why they're not Super Bowl contenders yet. I mean, it's probably maybe one of the two most important things as to why they're not. And I'm going to tell you right now on this channel, on the Lewis basketball, football, baseball, wrestling, network news.
Bill, I don't even know where you're sitting at.
You know what we're starting to get in the NFL? We're starting to get a lot of, and it's got to be the athletes. We're starting to get a lot of players respond the same way guys do in the NBA. Man, we talked about Kyrie Irving. We talked about KD the last couple years and their comments about the media. You would have sworn that the Browns were playing against people in the media last week. When the Rams, they couldn't block the Rams and everything. Like you can't continually, week after week, talk about distractions, talk about outside stuff. The teams that know how to win, and that was one of the problems with the Browns. They got a lot of players that haven't won at a high level and haven't won for a long period of time. So Baker saying something like, oh, we wanted it to be easy, that was idiotic. There is no offense in the league that's good that thinks it's going to be easy or wants it to be easy. There's nothing easy about the National Football League. Now, maybe after starting those 9 games, this is what young players do. They think the NFL is easier than what they anticipated after playing a year. And a lot of times, you don't see that big jump in year 2 or year 3. And our greatest players, the greatest players we've ever had play the game, especially at quarterback, though, and Nick, you've pointed this out. Man, that year number 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, man, they put up some historic type numbers if they're iconic players in the game. So for me, you have to learn how to win. This Browns team doesn't know how to do that yet. And they need to concentrate on the fundamentals. Their offensive line had not been good. Freddie Kitchens' play calling has not been good. How they're going to get Odell Beckham trying to move him around in certain spots because they got injuries at the other receiver and the tight end, it hadn't been great. So they need to make adjustment. It's not the media's fault. He's talking about, oh, we need to block out all the outside. You keep letting in all the outside stuff by your comments. This is a team that needs, an organization that needs to know how to win. And one thing Jenna said when we're coming out of preseason, all right, let's see when some adversity hits them. Let's see when we start playing these real games.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the football topic. As somebody likes to say, mastermind, because this is the mastermind on the football topic, as your boy Lewis is about to bring it back to you, man, with another heavy hitter. Say it. Pound it with your chest, Lewis, with another banger with yet another video. Cleveland Browns. The media hyping them up as a Super Bowl team. I was giving them an opportunity because they got Baker Mayfield. They have Odell Beckham Jr. They have a nice little defense. Kareem Hunt just came back now. He's coming back. Here's the problem. They have played poorly. Their quarterback in 17 career starts has thrown 19 interceptions. He's 7-9. Another problem I have with Baker Mayfield is he talks too much. The Cleveland Browns are a young team. They have potential and they have talent. The biggest mistake that the media is doing is they are overhyping this team, acting like if they're on this Super Bowl train. Yes, it's only been 3 weeks, but they have not looked great. And it's funny because they should really be 0-3, but fortunately for them, they got to play the lowly, lifeless New York Jets. Yes, those same New York Jets. Right. And what they beat them? 23-3 was the score when they beat them? And they barely scored 23 points. And I remember the first game, people was just hyping them up, and they lost by 30 to what team did they lose to? I forgot who they lost to, but I think the score was 44-14, something like that. Something like that, I believe. I don't remember the score, but I think that was week 1. But I said to myself, y'all hyping this crew. They're a young team. They're an immature team. I think as the season gets along, I think they're going to play better. But Baker Mayfield needs to really keep his mouth shut and go out and play on the football field. Now, what he said about Daniel Jones, the media, they twisted the contest. I'm glad I was able to say Daniel Jones on the first try in this video because I have been calling that dude Daniel Jacobs. So Daniel Jones, my apologies to you, sir. and I'm hyped that you was able to help us win a game. We got lucky with that missed field goal by the Tampa Bay kicker because he was 4 for 4 on field goals, and he happened to miss the biggest one that would have won the game for the Bucs, and they didn't get the job done, and so we were able to win. So thank God. But I was ready. I was just celebrating to think that, you know what, Daniel Jones, for me, I was just going to be happy with the fact that he made us look positive. Like if we were heading into the right direction, I was just taking all the positives. I was like, well, unfortunately, we was going to lose the game. But God was on our side. We won, and I'm happy. But we're going back to Baker Mayfield. He needs to just try to produce on the football field. He needs to stop making mistakes, and he needs to do a better job at trying to make the right reads onto where to put the football so the receivers can catch it. Now, that's not all his fault as well, but he's got to do a better job of putting the ball in the right spots. I'm pretty sure receivers have been dropping passes, but their offense has not looked good so far. And right now, you understand the Browns have been a laughingstock for years. All of a sudden, because Baker Mayfield's on the team and some of these little pieces that they got, that all of a sudden a Super Bowl team, we got to see how the Browns do first in the regular season for me to consider them a Super Bowl contender. And I'm not ready to say that yet. And see, people were proven wrong once again in 3 games. This is the media's job once again to overhype a team without really watching to see what they really do. And through 3 games, they have not looked great. I think they're going to get better. No question. But Baker Mayfield's got to do a better job of taking care of the football because he has been turning that ball over like a turnover machine. Bro, we don't need no Apple-baked good turnovers, man. Okay? We got enough of it as it is, so we don't need another bakery for you to be baking them joints. Okay? You need to close the bakery shop and stop baking them turnovers, all right? This is why it's called giving attention to detail, ladies and gentlemen. The Cleveland Browns have talent. They're just young and very immature. They need to mature. It's going to take them some time. But if they stay focused, they can get there. It's just a matter of trying to learn how to play the right way. And again, paying attention to detail. This is how the Browns are going to get better. What's going to help is having a running game because Baker Mayfield's had to throw the ball quite a bit. Kareem Hunt is coming back, and I sucks that I did not pick him up for fantasy, so that's on me. But I think the Cleveland Browns are getting too much hype. Too much hype. They haven't proven anything. So until that they prove that they can win games and look like a playoff team, even if they make the playoffs, that's an accomplishment. Because the Cleveland Browns haven't been crap for years. So why am I expecting anything less from this Cleveland Brown team? We got to see how they do on the football field. Remember, do you remember the old saying? You can look good on paper, but this is where it counts. It's like the great Jim Ross said, man, you can do all the training you want, but once that bell rings, this is where it counts. And right now, where it counts through the first 3 weeks, the Browns have looked very mediocre. That's all I got to say, man. So Baker Mayfield, you can get the job done. You just have to do a better job of showing it rather than telling it. So I don't want to hear it. So Rex Ryan calls you overrated. Big deal. You prove to him that you're not overrated. But for right now, I have to agree with Rex. I'm not saying Baker Mayfield doesn't have the talent. It helps having a running game and getting Kareem Hunt back. We got to see how that's going to work out. But at the end of the day, you got to take responsibility, man, and show it on the football field. Talk is cheap. If you talk the talk, you damn sure better walk the walk. And that's what Baker Mayfield needs to do, man. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Lewis with another one. They have a big test, so we'll see how they do in week 4. But anyway, as always, you already know the deal. Thank you for watching. For Baker Mayfield, hit him with a banger so he can stay quiet and produce on that damn field.
As I sit back, relax, get my hair cornrolled. Thinking about these little honeys that I wanna know. Raven Simone, kinda grown, holla back. I wanna go one-on-one with Kyla Pratt. Picture that, what would a mom say? Kiss Solange and turn it into Beyonce. Cause I'm a Mac, no trivia to that. Nivea cleaning my throwbacks at laundry mats. And I'm a Gia, yeah. Every time I see her, squeeze 3LW up in my 2-seater. And Christina Milian is the bomb as she move her body like a snake. Jennifer Freeman got kicked from the crib. She was talking about some wife and kids. Making good, if I could, then I would. You say I won't, but I really think I should. Show my rims to the Austin twins, yo. They looked at each other and they both out thin, cause I'm a pimp. I feed them lobster and shrimp, well you know, this is the rhyme. I don't mean no offense, let's go.